So in number 10, we're trying to find all of the zeros of this polynomial. So first, let's figure out what some of our possible zeros would be. So we know that we can find possible zeros by the factors of the constant term divided by the factors of the leading coefficient. So since our leading coefficient is just 1, those would all have to be divided by 1. So we will just use the factors of our constant term at plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 13. So at this point we would go to our calculators, we would plug in this function here, and we would find our zeros. One tip when you're doing that, to look at your graph to guarantee that you have a zero, go hit, I think it's second graph to get to your table, and then you can see wherever y is 0, then that is where we will have a solution. Alright, so I'll give you a second to do that. You also can hit pause on the video while you put that in your calculator. Okay, so after you've graphed that function, we would find that 1 was a solution. So we can use 1 as our value here doing our synthetic division. So now we can put in our constants. We'll have 1, -7, 19, and -13. Right? We'll bring down our 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Remember, we're adding in the synthetic division process. So -7 plus 1, -6. -6 times 1 would be -6. 19 minus 6, 13. 13 times 1 would get us 13 over here. -13 plus 13 gets us 0. Alright, so now that gives us the polynomial. We'll have x squared minus 6x and plus 13. Now we have to find the zeros of that. So let's move over here, erase this, we have some space to work with. So we could try and factor that. We're not going to have any luck because we would have to have a number that multiplied to 13 and add it to -6, which we don't have. So we could either complete the square or we could use the quadratic formula. I'm going to go ahead and complete the square in this one since we have an even number here and we don't have anything to factor out. So over here we're going to go ahead and do that completing the square process. So we'll have x squared minus 6x plus something plus 13 equals 0. Run out of room. Right, so we'll divide 6 by 2, get 3 squared, so we'll have plus 9 over here. We have to subtract 9. So we'll have, this will turn into x minus 3 squared equals 13 minus 9 would get us 4 over here. So then we would subtract 4, we'll get -4 over here. Alright, so that was kind of quick and all in one step. But we have -13 minus 9 would get us a positive 4. Then we would move that over to the other side of the equal sign. We would subtract 4. So now we need to square both of these, or take the square root, sorry, since this is squared. So we take the square root. So we'll have x minus 3 is equal to plus or minus 2i. Now we'll have x equals 3 plus or minus 2i. So that gets us 2 solutions. And our other solution, let's not forget about, comes from over here. So we'll have x is also equal to 1. And those are our 3 solutions.